early game. And for the first time in, 3 straight weeks, we don't have a 9:30 a.m. game. There are a couple of those coming up in November when the NFL goes to Germany for 2 games. This week, we'll start at 1 o'clock Eastern. Lions at the Ravens. One of the great games of the day. On a thin schedule with only 13 games, this is one of the ones that stands out, especially in the early window. The Lions 5-1, still looking for respect. This is a great way to get even more respect. You go into Baltimore and you beat a Ravens team that just seems to just randomly shoot itself in the foot.
Yeah, right.
Like even last week,
yeah,
when they were dominating the Titans, all of a sudden the Titans are back in it. It's like, come on, Ravens, you got to slam the door on some of these teams. You got to stand up and show us you're capable of putting it together for 60 minutes and kicking the crap out of teams, because when it's clicking well for the Ravens. So, will it click for the Ravens with Detroit coming to town on Sunday?
Well, they certainly will have the Ravens' attention, right? And I hear what you're saying about the Ravens. But to me, like, we know the Lions. I said it last week on Football Night in America. It's like, forget that we're out of the Lions are a playoff team. This is fun. The Lions have proven that they can go to the Super Bowl, in my eyes. Through 6 weeks, the way they look, they are in the same tier as the 49ers and the Eagles. I would put them there, in the upper echelons of the NFC there. And then you got, the Cowboys and the Seahawks and some other teams that I'm probably missing off the top of my head there. But either way, I mean, there's a lot to be impressed with both of these football teams. When I look at the Ravens, kind of to your point, when they play their best, you go, man, that team right there is as good as any team in football. Like you said. Now, they got to, work on red zone offense and getting in the end zone, and they made mistakes against Pittsburgh, like you said, and all that. But they have moments, like you said, where you look at it and you go, man, this is some high-quality football. I think on the road in Baltimore, right, this is one of the best defenses in football in the Ravens, and I know this is one of the best offenses in football with the Detroit Lions. I'm excited for that matchup. But, it's one where I go, man, the Ravens, all the big people they got up front, I think they can slow that run game down, and they're always creative in the secondary. I think the other side of the ball, I look at it and go, man, the Lions can really stop the run, right? Number 1 run-stopping defense in football. But the Ravens are a different animal when it comes to running the ball. And here's another thing that I'll throw out to you. I kind of said this on my podcast last week. The Lions are kind of a go all in on certain things, Mike, where what I mean by if you get in a running set, they go like, we're going all in to stop the run then. And they kind of like, I look at film of them at times and go, somebody's got to take some shots on them. You can't let them get away with, hey, it's 3rd and 4, and they'll play a defense that goes, you're not going to throw for 5 or 6 yards to get the first down. You're going to have to do something down the field. I think the Ravens are the kind of team that have the guts to do that, where they'll go, you know what, 3rd and 3 or 4, they want to crowd the line of scrimmage like that. We'll do a little play action or some tricky play and throw a bomb over your heads if you guys want to worry about stopping the run. I'm going to go with the Ravens in this one. Realizing that, hey, they can't go to 4 and 3. They're at home. Good. 24-20, motherfucking Ravens. Let's go.
Man, boy, you jump off the Lions bandwagon very, very quickly. You were all in. You were roaring like a motherfucker last week.
This is a tough one here. This is a very close football game.
I've learned my lesson the hard way. And the moment for me was the long touchdown throw from Jared Goff to Jameson Williams.
Uh-huh.
I made that comparison on Monday to the 98 Vikings. And when you see Jameson Williams, number 1, get open, number 2, adjust his body, number 3, make the catch. And I know that, like, from time to time I'll say George Pickens has some Randy Moss in him, Jameson Williams has some Randy Moss in him. Yeah. I'm looking for another Randy Moss because the NFL is a hell of a lot more exciting when there's a Randy Moss in it.
Right.
And Jameson Williams gives the Lions that deep threat. And with Ben Johnson's creativity at offensive coordinator for the Lions, you use that. You feature that. You scheme for that. We talk about so many teams that have great weapons on offense, and they don't scheme for their great weapons. Now that Jameson Williams is back and the rust is clearly knocked off, remember he had that suspension. There was supposed to be 6 games, ended up being 4 games after they redid the gambling policy, and the first offense now for betting on other sports while at work dropped to 4, so he got to come back. Great for him. Great for the Lions. Between Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Jared Goff playing at a high level. We'll see what he does in the playoffs once they get there. That's a different issue. For now, this is a team, and this is just the kind of game, confidence builder, going to a tough environment, great simulation of what it's going to be like in January if they have to go to Philly, if they have to go to Dallas, if they have to go to San Francisco. Go into an opponent's place and win the game. 20-17, it's going to be close. It's going to be hard fought, but I believe all those Lions fans out there, oh, you're just a hater. I wanted to see it before I would believe it.
Yeah.
I've seen enough. I believe the Lions are going to roar, and I want to see that ball in the air from Jared Goff to Jamison Williams for a long touchdown, just like we saw last week.
Yeah,
20-17
he's special.
Lions.
He is special, and he definitely adds a different dynamic to their offense that they did not have. Yeah, I think you heard me say last week when we did the pick spot, I kind of said, man, Jamison Williams, and the week before that, he was open. And Jared Goff probably went back and went, damn, I got to give this guy a little time down the field because if he's even, he's leaving. He could be a special weapon for their team. It'll be interesting. This is really, other than our Sunday night football game, Eagles-Dolphins, this is the second best game of the week. Yo, what up, homies? Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Right now, we got Sunday pod, right? So you can have it Monday morning. We recap all the action. Wednesday, it's the What the Happened podcast. We're going to get deep in the weeds on the key matchups of the week. And then Thursday, I'm picking games with that jerk Florio. So you know where to find us, homies. Keep watching. Peace out. We'll see you.